two pieces of video are emerging from last Sunday's Super Bowl that people are talking about. Well, one is actually the aftermath of the Super Bowl, the Rams victory parade. The other is Joe Burrow, who during the game, Joe Burrow of the Bengals, the quarterback, went up to other players, more veteran players on the Rams, and started introducing himself, like before and during the game. Like, hey, I'm Joe. Good to see you.
Good tackle.
Yeah.
Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Vaughn. Joe, nice to meet you, brother. What up, Aaron? Hey, Eric. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you, brother. I love watching you growing up. Love watching you growing up, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Love watching you growing up. He said to Eric Weddle, who plays for the Rams, who's a veteran.
Mm-hmm. The other two were the superstars.
Von Miller and Aaron Donald. And he was like, hey, man, I'm Joe. Nice to meet you.
He sounds like a kid, which he is, but it's just funny to hear.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't sure. I really like Joe Burrow, which I'm surprised by because he's a little on the edge of cocky. You know, people say he's a little bit cocky, but I think he's got just the right amount of confidence and moxie for me. Something about him I really like. Now, my friend Keith said I don't like him. He's over the line.
Keith doesn't like him.
Keith don't like
Too
him.
much swag.
Too much. And my son, I guess everybody calls him Joe Shiesty. And my son says...
Is that bad?
No, it's good.
Good.
My son...
Joe Shiesty doesn't sound good to me, my old ears.
Well, my son said after the basketball game on Saturday, he's got a basketball game. After the basketball game, I'm going to make a Shiesty move and head on over to Rio Grande. Rio Grande is a Mexican restaurant. I'm going to Rio Grande.
Did you just turn to his mother?
What is he saying?
Can he go there?
Because I got to be Shiesty.
That sounds like shiesty.
At the Rio Grande?
What do you mean Shiesty? And I've heard people call Burrow now Joe
Joe
Shiesty.
Shiesty.
Yeah.
I guess it's the update of Joe Cool.
Joe Cool. He's Joe Shiesty.
Well, he does dress.
Shiesty used to, when I was growing up, Shiesty was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my son said, got to keep it Shiesty. And so that's what he's saying. Now, that's the first I've heard of it was this
Is
week.
it slightly pimp?
I think, well, he's OG Pimp. My son is OG Pimp. As
Right,
is
I know
Burrow.
that.
Yeah. And your Burrow wearing his ice.
But there's some great shots of Burrow, after he won the championship at LSU, smoking that big cigar in the locker room in his uniform.
Yeah. He said that's the only cigar he's ever smoked. And
Looked good in his hand. I mean, some people can pull it off.
do you know what else I heard about Joe Burrow? No social media of any kind.
Good.
And he likes just being in. He's from Ohio. He likes being in Cincinnati, but and he never gets out on social media. But anyway, I wasn't sure. That seemed like, I mean, at first I was like, everybody obviously knows who he is. Why is he introducing himself? But that kind of seemed cool to me.
Kind of humbles yourself.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
And face to face with a superstar in the league.
Right.
I get it.
For the first time,
Yeah.
even though it's during the Super Bowl.
Well, and think about it. Some of these guys, been in 9, 8 years.
Well, now the oldest player in the NFL after Brady, isn't he a Ram?
He's a Ram. I think he's about to retire.
Was it the MVP? Not the MVP. The Walter Payton Award.
Yeah.
winner?
Yeah,
the offense.
Andrew
Yes.
Whitworth.
Yeah.
He's the lineman. I think he's going to retire now, but he just won the Super Bowl. He's 40.
Yeah.
And so he was introducing himself to all of those guys.
Yeah.
Burrow
But
was.
For Burrow, I think, he's been watching some of these guys since he was 14, 15 years old. So it is like, oh, my God.
Yeah, he said. And
Yeah.
like, to me, it came off as, okay, that's genuine.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do was introduce himself. And it made me like Burrow more. Now, the thing about the other quarterback in the game, Matthew Stafford.
Or as they call him, Frat Stafford.
Frat matter.
Brad Staff.
What?
Guy likes to drink. Okay? The guy will do some drinking.
Well, he used to, right? We don't know that he still does a whole lot.
Oh, well, he did at
I mean,
the...
he celebrated.
He celebrated, that's for sure.
At the...
If you're going to celebrate, you celebrate the Super Bowl.
At the game, at the Super Bowl, the championship parade, he was celebrating.
He had some cold ones.
He had been drinking, right?
The world's largest tall boy.
Correct.
I've never seen a bottleneck.
He did. He did. That's right. We played that yesterday. He apparently... Now, and I've seen the video of this. I just showed Dave the video.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford was on the stage at the Rams victory parade a couple of days ago. And a woman is standing on the stage. She's a photographer, I guess probably employed by the Rams. And she's taking a picture of Matthew Stafford and his wife. And the stage gives way, or she falls off.
She just walked off the back.
Gone. I mean, she just disappears from frame and walks off the back, fell 8 feet, broke her back. I mean, had some pretty serious injuries.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And her cameras.
And her cameras. Okay.
If she land on a lens.
Well, Matthew Stafford's wife did what I think almost anyone would do. She went and walked over and looked over the stage and said, "Are you all right?" Matthew Stafford went, oh, wow, swigged whatever he was drinking, and turned and walked the other way as quickly as possible. And
That's my quarterback.
people are saying this is bad optics. This looks bad for Matthew Stafford. Now, the Rams and the Staffords are going to help pay for her medical bills, which is really nice. But when you see that video, you're just like, my God, who does that? To me, it was like that is the exact opposite reaction of anyone. You know, when somebody falls off something, you usually go over and just even out of curiosity, are you all right? You know, he went the opposite direction.
He was toe up.
I think even if you're drunk, I really do. Even if you're drunk, I think you go, oh, are you okay? I mean, even more so, right? I thought about that. I thought, well, he's drunk, but he hightailed it to the other side of the stage. And I'll tell you, it made me think less of him. It really did. It makes me, when I see that, it makes me, because I like him. I think Matthew Stafford, from everything I hear, he's a really good guy. But that really made me wonder about him. It's like, man, that is really rough to go to walk the other way.
Has he said anything about it?
No.
Not that I have seen.
I don't think so. But you know, of course, who would ever want to be judged by their worst moment or whatever? But who has that kind of reaction?
What would his argument be? What did you want me to do?
I didn't realize what had happened. That's the only thing he can say.
But
I didn't realize how bad it was.
The worst thing to say was, what did you want me to do?
You know, what I wanted him to do, I just don't, it doesn't compute to me is, I just think anyone would react.
A little empathy.
Curiosity even. You know, it's like she's gone from the stage. She fell 8 feet. And the wife did exactly what everybody, I think, would expect. She goes, and walks over and looks over.
Yeah.
And he goes the other way. It's just like, it's like the exact opposite of what I think anyone would do. I was shocked by it. You know, when you see it, I couldn't
explain
believe it. I can't either. I can't explain it. Now, I still like him because I think, from everything I hear, everybody thinks he's a great guy who's rallied the team and all of that stuff. But when I saw that, I was like, geez. I mean, I just couldn't imagine.
I think he has a heart. He's got like 4 kids, 4 girls, doesn't he? 4 daughters.
He does. Yeah. It just is. It doesn't compute as to why anyone would.
Well, they call it bad optics, and if in a sports void, that's going to dominate the conversation for a while too. So it may have more legs. Because of it.
I think so too. I don't know. It did make me think less of him. It really did. Just because he
Will you still draft him as your fantasy QB?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
Not that long lasting.
I mean, I've had him before. He puts up good numbers, especially regular season. He's a good. He puts up a lot of yards and throws a lot of touchdowns. And of course, I mean, people in the league have probably done worse, way worse. But when I saw it, I was just like, man, you know, don't you think? It's like,
I kind of see that.
You know,
I bet the person that fell, she'd probably sit there and say, look, I don't think anything about him doing that. You know, who knows?
I would. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, I might not say anything, but I'd be thinking, how could you see somebody fall off the back of a stage, 8 feet, wound up breaking her back in a couple of places, and not even walk over to see, how are you? You know, it's really weird.
Do we know if there were? Because I've only seen the one angle, and it's kind of a close-up angle of the video. You see the Staffords and then the woman, and then she just drops out of the frame. I wonder if there were, other people around
the stage,
other people at the edge of the stage already there. I don't know.
Yeah, but even if there are, I mean, if you're having a picture taken of yourself, it's like if we were standing in right off the side of the street, and you're having a picture taken of the 3 of us or 4 of us, and a bicycle comes by and slams into somebody, and they go flying off out of your view. What do you do? All of us would run over there and say, what, it would be like one of us, me, turning around, going back inside. You know, it's just how it looked. It looked awful. And
Biggie be the one that turns around and goes back. That's a shame. Go inside.
You think? Yeah. Because that's exactly what Stafford looked like. It just, I don't know. It hit me as, boy.
Yeah, it'd be neat to see another angle of it. To see who all was around it. I understand.
To tell you the truth,
it's very cold.
I don't think you need another angle of it. I mean, she's taking a picture of them. They're sort of half posing.
But, I mean, look, in his defense, I have no feelings for the guy one way or the other. In his defense, he is the guy who just won the Super Bowl, intoxicated, probably.
Right.
Probably had 1 billion people pulling him in 1 billion directions that day.
Probably.
So he's probably like picture, video.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's saying. But nobody was pulling him then. He was on the stage with his wife, and she was taking a picture, and he just turned by himself and walked away. It's hard to make. I mean, just from what we've seen, which is 10 seconds. It's hard for anybody. I can't even.
Well, because the wife
imagine
reaches out for him too, like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, and he's gone. He's gone. She does exactly what anybody would do.
Yeah.
Trucker D, you're talking about Stafford. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Hey, Chris Kelly, I got to tell you, man, get off your high horse. Stop being judgmental, because just 2 years ago, you told us on your program you were sitting in your office and heard one of your coworkers come through the door and fall and get hurt as he fell up the stairs, and you didn't make one move to help him.
Fact.
You told us that.
Fact. It's a fact. That's exactly right.
What a memory.
That's right.
What a memory.
And I had gone to school with him. I had gone to high school with him, and he fell up the stairs.
You heard it.
I heard it. And I didn't see it. Okay, I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's a dramatic recreation.
And let me say this in my defense. I would have had to get up and walk probably 15 to 20 feet, maybe more, and turn a little corner to look and say, "Are you okay, Scott?"
Yeah.
But listen, also in my defense, I listened for a while until he went
To see if there was blood dripping. I don't hear any blood.
and he was.
I hear some low moaning.
Wind's knocked out of him.
And he did go and limp away. All right, he limped away from it.
Bruh, you
Okay, all right. I didn't move, but now also I think if I'd seen it, if I'd been walking down those stairs, and he came, I'd probably gone, "Are you all right, Scott?"
As you stepped over him.
As I stepped over him, I said, "Are you okay, Scott?" Okay, fair enough. I said that. That's right.